What?
We're live on the internet.
I have lemon cake.
That sounds excellent. I do not have lemon cake.
Well, I had a lemon in the fridge, you see, and it was getting ready to go. So clearly that meant I needed to make a very quick vanilla cake and put the lemon glaze on top, right? For lemon cake.
Obviously, this is what one
This
does.
this is not buy at a bakery lemon slice level of lemon. This is Jocelyn level of lemon. So
So it's
this is not intro lemon. This is like pucker your face off lemon.
okay. Extreme lemon.
It's so good.
Extreme lemon.
Hey guys, we're running a bit late, so hopefully people will wander into chat here
Oh
and we
yeah,
will get
we've
going.
been chatting. We've got like a dozen people already.
We're running so behind schedule, and it's Jocelyn's fault. I didn't even make tea or coffee. It's ginger ale today, guys.
Oh goodness. It's been a day.
It's been a day and it's noon.
Gosh.
I'd like to say I'm going to take a nap, but I feel like I wasted the morning, so no nap. No nap.
A nap is never a waste.
Well, it is when you get up at 8. And you went to bed at midnight. And there was no waking up in between. You were out cold. I went to bed and that was it. All right, I'm gonna braid my hair while we get going.
Nikki says your hair looks very nice today, and
My
also she
hair
needs to
is.
make lemon poppy seed muffins.
Oh, lemon poppy seed muffins. I'll be right over. I'll just hop on an airplane. No problem. Right there. For lemon poppy seed muffins, like you wouldn't just go.
I mean, yeah, I've never made a lemon poppy seed muffin.
I love lemon poppy seed muffins. Lemon poppy seed muffins or lemon poppy seed loaf. Both are excellent.
Yeah, I wonder why I've never made that.
Very good.
Huh. Well, yeah, future experimental Tuesday coming at you.
Which is good because I forgot this week and you're up on Tuesday.
It's a good thing I was planning on making something experimental tonight.
That was my
I
problem. I
seriously
didn't.
dropped the ball for like all of January and then some. Sorry about that.
I'm in December. Yeah, that's okay. I didn't make anything experimental this week. I just stuck to my classics, my favorites. But that's my bad. I gotta fix that and start making stuff again. Okay, I'm gonna do the weird Brady thing. Yeah, I know I've got ends sticking out, guys. I have an undercut. I'm growing out. It's makes my life
It
interesting.
happens.
But the hair is growing out. That's the important part. Why are we securing it? Because if we don't, I'm gonna have to take off my cotton cardigan because I'll be too warm.
Yeah, I had to close the vent and like take off my slippers and like I'm wearing a t-shirt and I'm like I'm probably still gonna melt because the sun's just streaming in, the computer's going like.
Yeah, yeah. There's a heat sink problem going on in most cases. All right.
Oh,
So
I got one of those like boards that's in the back of all the podcasts. We have a board in the background now.
we have a board.
You know, like
Oh,
one of the like
oh, you
letterboards.
does the episodes and things. Are you gonna start doodling on it?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, at the moment it says "Hello World" with all of the emojis that it came with.
Oh,
Um,
excellent. There's no board here. There's no board.
but I suppose next week I can start doing episode titles or like quotes or something.
Oh yeah, change it up so people can play the what can you see in Diana's background game. That's always fun.
I was really excited about that acquisition. I had to share.
That's fair. That's fair. I took my cardigan off when I was done talking with Louise on Thursday, and I just threw it on my rocker, and you can see where it's gone since Thursday. Nowhere. It's just been there. It's just been there. I lied to you
It
last night.
reads
I had four
backwards. Oh, of
things.
course it reads backwards because we're streaming my screen. It's an old have. Okay, hang on. I will unmirror myself. In the meantime,
I'm gonna do
um,
an intro.
you can do an intro. Also, the question was, what sweater are you wearing?
Oh, this is the campfire cardigan, the crocheted one. So it's an extra long A-line crocheted cardigan that I made out of some Karen cake, I believe cotton, variegated yarn. It's a drop shoulder. It's done in pieces. It's my comfy putter around the house when I don't feel great cardigan because it's a stretch cardigan. It's a cotton cardigan, and I made these sleeves long, guys, like long.
It does look so comfy.
It is my go, and I wear it a lot. How can you tell I'm actually wearing the ribbing out of the cardigan at the top?
Ooh.
That's how much I wear this since I've made it. So like making another one's on my list in a solid color. It's on my list in a solid color. So I'll have one striped one solid one. But this is just, it's just crocheted. This is why I keep encouraging Louise and everyone to try crocheted cardigans, because they are so, oops, punch the microphone. They are so freaking comfortable, and they have such a different look from the knitting ones. Like, it just gives you such a different pattern texture. And this is nothing. It's just a straight, I think, half double crochet or double crochet stitch. That's a double crochet stitch. It's just a straight up double crochet. There's nothing to it.
Nice.
And it's such a different look.
There's some crochet cardigans that are trending in the various fast fashion stores right now, so
good.
Crochet is in.
Good. It should be in. It's a very wonderful fiber craft. It's just as good as knitting. So I've been watching YouTube tutorial videos for making one's own underwear. That is what my morning has been like, because I needed something to distract myself this morning. So I may honestly try it just because I've never done it before.
It sounds fun.
It sounds like I will either enjoy it and then never have to buy undergarments again because I can just make ones that fit me perfectly, or I will hate the experience. One of the two is going to happen, but first step, I have to buy fancy elastic.
Yeah. Good first step.
You need a specific type of fancy elastic, or there's extra sewing, and why would you do that to yourself when you can just have fancy elastic?
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. All right, I'm told it's episode 253. She checks in confirmation.
I think so. I think that's what I said.
I think that's what you said.
I don't know. It's cut off on all of the screens where it's written down.
Excellent.
I think it's 253.
All right, in which case, because I can't see chat, I'll start with an intro. Guys, welcome to the Northern Knits Podcast. We're two friends in fiber who knit, craft, crochet, and talk everything in between. My name is Jocelyn, and my co-host is
Diana, no longer mirrored.
No longer mirrored. I'm told it's episode 253, and we are live for the first Sunday of the month. I'm sorry we're a little bit late. My fault. So we are going to, in theory, cover a series of topics and interact with chat at the same time. I don't know how Diana does it. I'm just glad it's not me.
It's multitasking on an incredible level.
Yeah. And here's hoping my headphones survive because they're charged and I have not charged them in 20 hours. So we'll see how they do.
We'll find out. Yes, chat confirms 253. Okay, good.
Thanks, chat.
I'm going to have to start, I really do have to start putting it on the board because then I can just see it in my own background.
You will find it handy. Did I say 3 things yesterday? Yes, 3 things, right? Or 2 things? 3 things. I have 3 things.
You have 3 things?
I have 3 things and a slice of lemon cake.
I have 3 things and no lemon cake. I think I'm going to make a banana mug cake later, though.
Ooh. I don't have bananas. Do you know how hard it is to walk home bananas in -30?
I have an obscene number of bananas in my freezer from all of those times where you buy bananas and then you don't eat them. And then I just throw them in my freezer with like, I'll make banana bread eventually. And then like a year later, you just have like 4 dozen bananas in your freezer and no banana bread.
That's never happened to me.
Okay, well, that happens to me. So I currently, 4 dozen is exaggerating, but I probably do have a dozen in my freezer. So I had found a banana mug cake recipe that is 1 banana, a bit of flour, some baking powder, and optional sweetener. Yeah,
that makes sense. Bananas rarely make it to the I need to put them in the freezer stage when I buy bananas.
They frequently make it in the freezer because they're like, they're not ripe. And then the entire bunch is ripe within like 3 days, and then they're brown, and then it's like, but I don't want a brown banana. I just wanted the speckly banana. Speckly banana is best banana.
It depends on what I'm using the banana for, because like the slightly green bananas are much better if you're making them that fried banana dessert thing. Where it's bananas
fair.
Sugar,
they'd be firmer.
They'd be firmer. So you'd want the greener-ish bananas. The yellow bananas are best for just throwing in smoothies.
I like a nice brown speckly banana that's like just getting soft for like on top of toast or oatmeal or something.
Okay, that's fair.
Oh,
That's when I
Sherry's
bake the
saying I
bananas.
buy loads of bananas at once, slice them, and then freeze them on a cookie sheet for smoothies, porridge, and banana bread. That's smart.
I also don't eat bananas that often.
Oh, and everybody's talking about lemon stuff, lemon blueberry stuff, lemon cranberry stuff,
Mhm,
poppy seed, anything. Dang, we're
mhm.
all about the baking today. Oh, Nikki Knits made banana bread yesterday. It's on her Facebook.
Yeah, banana bread. Hey, the mysterious Mr. B was over yesterday, so we were playing Tiny Epic Defenders. Then I made stew and bannock. It is his favorite meal.
That does sound good. I don't think I've ever had stew and bannock.
Have I never fed you stew and bannock? Oh, I'll fix that problem next time you're in town.
Yeah.
I will correct that oversight immediately.
I think it usually ends up being like a tofu or a nut thing.
Well, it's because by the
Or a
time I
soup.
see you, when you get here, you're so meated out, you need veggies.
Yeah, I
And you
know.
go, can I have veggies? And I go, yeah, I can make you veggies. That's not a problem. I happen to have a lot of veggies. That's not a thing. We can go meat free. No problem.
Why am I struggling so hard with this stitch? Oh my god. Okay. No,
I
not
just make the
okay.
same stew my mother's made for my whole life, so.
There we go. I can do stitches. I can pass
There you go.
stitches over other stitches because maybe I'm trying to cast something off right now so I have two finishes.
Oh, I can tell people what we're going to cover this week if you'd like.
I can do it. Okay, I assume we've got what's in our cup. We might have some
Yep,
cooler threads. We definitely have woolly workings.
yep.
Definitely have some wool gathering, and we probably
Mhm.
have some kniterature.
Oh, yes.
I don't know if we have any yarn on the go. I didn't ask.
Nope.
Okay. Well, let us start with what's in our cup then.
My cup is a bottle of ginger ale because I didn't have time to make a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. But when we're done live, it's going to be a cup of coffee, I think. I think I'm going to make myself some fancy second cup decaf coffee because I've earned it today. I have earned it today. I've earned it today.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, otherwise, it's my classic bottle of gingy pop.
Why am I struggling so hard? Okay. In my work branded mug, because apparently this is the symbol of my new department at work,
Sure.
we are lead hacksaws.
Oh my gosh. I love
Um,
your
I
company so much. I
we're
don't even
so
work
lead.
for it. I love your company so much. You just have to be filled with just the oddest assortment of just nerds and dorks on the planet.
Yeah. Well, last
Oh,
night I met a couple guys. We did some online board gaming. A couple
oh
guys from
nice.
work. So it was like somebody from the core team and somebody from no, sorry, not the core team, the flow team, and
Ooh.
somebody from finance, which is like not a department that I ever interact with. So that was cool.
Board games are also cool.
Yep. Played a new one, Imhotep. I really like
Ooh.
that one.
I've seen the box, but I've not played it.
You're quarrying blocks of stone to build things in ancient Egypt, but the different things score differently.
Really?
And in order to get your blocks to
Ooh.
the sites, you need to load them onto boats, but the order they get loaded onto the boats matters because they get unloaded in the same order, so you have to think about queues.
Oh my god,
And
yes.
other
Okay.
people can move your cubes, and like there's a whole like there's some deep strategy. I was not
Okay.
awake enough to be playing it last night, but anyway,
That's gonna climb up my list to buy. Now we were playing Tiny Epic Defenders because me and Ben found a co-op game we can't just win. Like that was our third run at that game, and we still have not won once in regular mode.
oh wow, that's
And
that's rough.
me and Ben have been playing co-op games or making games, two-player games since we were working together before we started dating. So close
That's
to a
rough.
decade, close to a
That's a
decade. So
tricky game.
we
Holy.
rarely run across a game that we can't figure out in a player through or two, figure out what it is that we need to do, especially co-op. Because I'm quite happy playing the support. Like I'm quite happy playing support. That's my favorite space. So we're still haven't won that game. So we're like we get closer every time. This time we actually hit the bad boss, the big final boss. The first two
Oh
times
good.
didn't even hit the boss. Didn't even hit the boss.
Wow.
Died before we were able to hit the boss. So we're like, well, snickerdoodles. So it's gonna come back out because we haven't played with expansions yet or anything.
Oh,
Just the
wow.
core game we're trying to. So that was
Nice.
for him. That's a very good investment.
In my cup is Smile Tiger coffee.
Ooh,
This month's subscription came with Brazil beans.
nice.
Yeah, so if anybody happens to be taking the train through Kitchener, Waterloo Kitchener train station, um, Smile Tiger is literally next to the train station, like it's across the street.
Oh,
So
nice.
like stop in for coffee if it's anywhere between like 6 a.m. and 5 p.m. It's good coffee.
Oh,
And they get baked goods from various places around the city, and that's all like solid, and they've got all the vegan options and everything. So like
so
solid coffee shop.
not a donut, which was a Japanese bakery in the town here, in the city here. I live in a city, not a town. Um,
I mean, it's
it
small
was
as cities go.
it's very small as cities go. Um, Burnt down yesterday. The historic building went up at Langside and Broadway yesterday.
Oh, I heard there was something on fire. I didn't hear what it was.
Yeah, it was the same building strip that had not a donut in it. So it's just
Oh, that's sad.
I'm gonna follow her and see what she does next, and if she needs support or anything. I'm certainly gonna throw money at her. Japanese bakery in Winnipeg, the Kello. Yes,
Yeah.
we need more diversity. We need more diversity in our lives,
Oh my
and
god, yeah.
that is huge. So I was heartbroken to hear that on the radio or on the news on Friday. So it's just like that's just so uncool because she was closed for Lunar New Year. Like you go away for a Lunar New Year and your building goes up and like it's done. Like the whole thing's got to come down. Everybody that's in there lost everything.
Damn.
Yeah,
That's awful. That's well,
it's
happy freaking New Year. Something something start fresh, rise from the ashes, yada yada, but dang, that
ugh,
sucks.
awful. It's just awful. So speaking of bakery, that reminded me. Oh goodness, not a ton of cool threads on my plate. Obviously, I'm wearing my campfire cardi, and I wore my do moonbound cardigan for the live with Louise on Thursday. Which I'm live with Louise every Thursday this month, guys, and every Thursday. It's crazy. Otherwise, that's about it. I mean, I've gone out. I got groceries, and I did like really boring stuff and I did more boring stuff today. So like I've been wearing my what's the word I'm looking for? Coffee shop shawl. But unless it's over minus 20, it's still my blue cobalt coat and a lightweight sweater underneath. So I've been wearing my oh man, it's the one you really, really like that you want to make.
Yeah.
Marshmallow? It's my Marsh
Oh
cardigan.
yes.
Is it the Marsh cardigan or the mallow top? I have the cardigan version. I think it's the mallow. Is the mallow the cardigan? I made it a couple years ago, so I don't really remember.
I think it's the mallow is the cardigan and the marsh was the
I think
pullover that I
I
absolutely
think
could not find the pattern for.
I have it in one of my favorite bundles. I'll send you the link for it later because I want to make it like a linen to have it as a summer top over top of a tank top. Because it's
Okay,
got this
okay.
big old beautiful flower lace panel in the back. So those have been what I've been wearing. Otherwise, I've been washing stuff because we've reached the middle of winter, so wash some things. So like the Simple Hug got washed this week, and the Habanero got washed this week because they're wool, right? So you don't wash them all the time.
Mm-hmm.
The my campfire cardi gets thrown in the wash every other week because it's cotton. You need to wash it a lot. So different
It depends on how much you wear
fibers.
it, but yeah.
It's different fibers. If you wear cotton, gross, wash it. Anything with a cotton content, gross, wash it. Gross, wash it. It's not a wool, it's not a linen, it's yuck. When you
For
start
me,
learning
it's
about fibers, you're gonna go, oh my god.
for me, I'll wear like a t-shirt under a sweater, and if I wear a t-shirt under a sweater, I won't wash it like every single time. It'll be like,
Oh, not the
you
sweater,
know,
but the t-shirt,
yeah,
yeah. Yeah,
yeah. The t-shirt gets washed, then the sweater doesn't have to get washed every time. So
that makes sense. I just ugh, nope. Nope. Because I understand what cotton no. No, 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 no. So much no. But for
Oh,
me,
hey,
that's really it for
did you
cool
know
threads.
that electric kettles work faster if you turn them on?
Yes. Yes. What do you want, monster? I fed you before I got on. I swear. Oh, cat being cat.
I don't think I wore any cool threads this week that weren't like socks and the same thing I wear every week that nobody wants to hear about, I'm sure.
Well, hey, listen. We were talking when we were going live, and I'm nowhere near the legislature building right now. So my normal grounds to go walking around is that downtown area because it's really pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Walk up, go to Starbucks, get a coffee because there's no second cup there anymore, tragically.
Mm-hmm.
And then do a little walk around the ledge grounds, which are really nice. And then you go home, right? Makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm not anywhere
Nice
near the
little loop.
ledge right now.
Yeah, it's not a place to be.
No.
I mean, at least they're protesting in the correct place for what they apparently want.
And they're
As
being more
opposed to,
respectful than the ones in Ottawa, so I'll take what I can get.
yeah, as opposed to Ottawa, because like the things that they're protesting are provincial regulations, so I don't know what they think they're gonna get by going to the
Federal
federal.
government? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Anyway.
Ridiculous. You're not Canadian and you're tuning in.
Oh
It's
yeah, I
some big
guess a lot of folks
protests
aren't
going on.
Canadian.
We've had some big protests going on
Yeah, we've had
about
a
vaccine
convoy
mandates.
of. It started out as a convoy of truckers protesting
Yes.
vaccine mandates, but then
Yeah.
they've been joined by a lot of non-truckers and a lot of like just hateful individuals with like swastikas and Confederate flags, even in Canada, which is so disappointing.
Did you see how they
So,
treated this statue for the fallen soldier?
oh yeah.
That just offended me something fierce. Offended me
God, yeah,
something
I don't
fierce.
like I don't know what they think they're gonna get. I think most of them aren't even trying to get anything. They're just like jumping on a bandwagon of hate and vitriol, and they're just angry and dealing with it poorly. Extraordinarily
Mm-hmm.
poorly.
Oh yeah, most people don't deal with their emotions very well. If we're honest about ourselves, we're not good at it.
Yeah, but I'm not like gonna hop in my car, drive to the country's capital, and go urinate on the grave of the fallen soldier or the
No,
unknown soldier. What I
unknown
forgot the
soldier.
unknown soldier. There we go.
Unknown soldier.
Forgotten. He's not forgotten. They're not
It's just
forgotten. I'm
they're not
saying
forgotten.
words.
Unknown soldier.
Yep.
Ugh,
Anyway.
ugh, gross. Could you lie down, monster? I swear.
Okay, so I didn't have any cool threads, so I think we're on to woolly workings.
We would be, yes. Aren't you guys so glad you get a live? You get to see all the stuff that I cut.
I guess I could catch up on chat, hey? Let's see. Okay, caught that. Bananas. Oh, Sherry's gonna make some banana bread chai. That sounds amazing.
It's really good.
Asa's brown bananas always end up in smoothies or porridge. They act as sweetener. Also a good thing. Nikki's starting the colorwork yoke on her birch pullover in Briggs and Little.
Nice. I like Briggs and Little. And the birch pullover is beautiful.
Let's see. And I had you too quiet, but I fixed that, so we're good.
Be quiet? Whatever.
I know, right? It's weird.
What are you doing? Quiet, Jocelyn. Hello. Yes, I'm home. What can I do for you? I've been making some hat progress on my everyday slouchy beanie by Tristan from Dragon Horde Designs. So this is a slouchy beanie hat knit in the round with no ribbing. So I'm doing the second half of the brim because it's a folded up brim. It's going to be backwards if anybody's been paying attention in the pattern because I knit inside out and in the round. and backwards just makes my life interesting. So I suspect the row that she just had me do a couple inches ago. Hello, the row that she had me do a couple inches ago so that you could fold your brim. See, look, there she is, right in the bottom corner.
Mm-hmm.
Very insistent. Folds the hat up. But when I fold the hat up, because I knit inside out, it's going to be on the inside of the hat. So that's going to be interesting design wise, because you're not going to get that line to show you where the brim is. You'll just get that thinning of the hat. Hello, can I clean your eyeballs?
Depending on what the rest of the hat looks like, you could potentially just turn the whole thing inside out. That could be a design choice.
Nah, I'll just have the double thick brim, because I had to modify the start, like the cast on, because I'm working in a fingering weight yarn. So she wants you to do something that I just visually can't see. So I've had to make some modifications anyway. So I'll just keep up with it, and I'll just have a double thick brim, and then it'll just be slouchy hat the rest of the way up. You just won't have that clearly delineated line. It'll just be thicker, and then it'll be thin again. So that's fine. Monster, come here. What are you doing? What are you doing? I swear. You don't need anything. I just gave you cat food. I just gave you cat food.
But you're talking to yourself, therefore you need company.
I talk to myself all day long, because it's just you and me here, bud. So the Everyday Slouchy beanie is out of some fingering weight yarn from Erin from Fibre Co. It's in a blue colorway. It's very pretty. Phaedra's joined us.
Yes, she keeps hitting the microphone with her tail.
You're being rude. Hi, whoa, listen. Crash.
And the cat has made an appearance.
Dramatic. So that is one of the things I've been working on. It's my roundy knitting. It's my my foot. It's my keep me busy when I'm doing stuff. So like when we were board gaming last night, because it was Tiny Epic Defenders. I love the Tiny Epic games, but I can't see the pieces. The meeples are amazing. So Ben ends up doing all of the moving pieces and stuff.
Tiny Epic, is that the one that has the meeples that have little holes that you can give them little weapons?
Oh yes,
I love those meeples so much.
Yes, yeah. Oh, we were making sure they were stacked with all the artifacts for stuff too. So they were fully kitted out meeples by the time we were done.
Nice, love it.
So, but poor Mr. B, he's gotta do all that work because I can't see them to do them. So.
I have a suspicion that
the
boys the boys love moving the little pieces all around.
Yes, he does.
Because I also share this love, so like I love moving all the little pieces. And this goes here, so this goes here. I love games with economy boards that you have to update at the. It's stupid. It's stupid how much I love economy boards, because this goes here and that goes there and this goes up and this goes down.
Never have a problem getting any one of those three people, Mr. Diana, Mr. B, or Diana, to help me move pieces on the economy boards I can't see. Everyone's very delighted to do their board and then fix mine too. Oh, we think's gonna go here. Your fence is sideways. I can tell my fence is sideways. Your meeple's upside down. Maybe he's doing a handstand. What do I know? Oh, that fixes that. Okay. I like the playing. It's the pieces part that I struggle with sometimes. So that's why. Hello, baby. What are you up to? Well,
so I think we have the same number of items. So I think I think it's my turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
You chose to lie like this. I don't know what to tell you.
I have a finished object.
Could you bound off?
Yeah, I did. I Kitchenered my toe together, but then I wove in my ends and washed them. So these are like done, going on Mr. Diana's feet when we're done here. Like
nice.
I had to steal them to wash them because I'm like, no, you can't wear them until after I talk about them. So these are. Wait, let me back up. Let me pose these slightly better. Anyway, these are done. Let's. Oh God, this is so hard to do when I'm mirrored compared to how I usually am. This is so hard. Okay, so this is the Belted Kingfisher colorway sock set from Fibre Co. We have a coupon code right? Yeah,
We
discount
do.
code Northern Knits 10, Northern Knits 10 on
Save
Fireweed
yourself
Fiber Co.'s.
10%, man.
Yeah, it's nice. And then this pattern is the Even Heel Socks by Nikki Knits.
Mm-hmm.
I really like this heel. It involves even less counting than the almost no counting Fish Lips Kiss heel.
Dang.
So I think the only modification I would make to this is next time I'm going to do it toe up because I hate doing Kitchener on the toes. And I think the heel's symmetrical, right? She asked, hoping for confirmation in the chat because the pattern designer's in the chat. But I believe it's a symmetrical heel, so I should be able to just do it toe up and it should just be okay with no confidence whatsoever. I haven't really thought it through. Anyway, I still don't like Kitchener. It's still mildly annoying. But these socks look great and they are done. And I was so delighted to discover after weaving in the ends on the sock that I finished this week that I'd already woven in the ends and like trimmed the yarn and everything on the other sock. I was so delighted that past Diana was so thoughtful.
I think we're working in the same blue yarn. I think Mr. Diana's new blue socks is the hat I'm working on.
I think you might be right.
I think they might be the same blue. Which happens when we both get the same sock club. Could you get more relaxed there, buddy? Jeez.
Confirmation. Yes, I can do a toe up. Perfect.
Oh, beautiful. I do love me a good toe up sock pattern.
So that might be my new vanilla sock heel.
Nice.
I'm so excited. Okay, so I will need to decide this week what new yarn to wind to start new vanilla socks.
Absolutely.
So post at some point, probably taking I'll be taking suggestions.
Like I did. Here are all the colorways I currently have. I need to pick one for socks. Then my Swift broke. Doing great, guys.
Oh, apparently I won the knit along for the even heel socks. So I get to pick a pattern from Nikki Knit's Ravelry store, and oh, I should message her. Okay, don't let me forget that I need to do that I need to pick a pattern, because apparently I won a thing by knitting socks very, very slowly. I am shocked. Hey! Okay, so that's my thing. I finished a thing.
I need to put the cat down.
The reps and rest sock is toe up and the same sizing. It just has a stitch pattern. Ooh. Maybe I'll have to look. Because I know there's some pretty socks, and I will have to look.
Kitten, I need to put you down now. I understand lounging belly up in mom's arms is one of our favorite afternoon activities, but I need my arms.
Yes, you need to show off a thing.
I need my arms. Can I have them back now? Can I have my arms back now? Your response to me shaking you is to stretch? Doesn't seem appropriate. Hello? Hello?
Let's catch up on chat while Phaedra's being a nuisance. Oh, Lindsay Winsey says, love your cat. Mine is, or my 16-week-old kitten is keeping me company. 16-week-old kitten, that's a rambunctious aged cat kitten creature.
That was when you first met Phaedra? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, how much trouble was she when she was little? I love you. Can you go away?
The most trouble.
Can you go away?
Oh, Google was showing me memories the other day, and one of them was that picture of Phaedra helping me wind yarn. And she's just like up inside the Swift chewing on the top part. Yeah, not the yarn. She wasn't chewing on any of the yarn. She was just up inside the Swift chewing on the spinny part.
She was interested in, not the yarn. Ever since she was a kid. She's like, yarn's fun, but what's the bag? What's the Swift? She likes to chase my spinning wheel, not the fiber, the spinning wheel itself. Like, fuck.
Like, that's almost more annoying.
Killing me, cat. Killing me.
Because, like, you can't take that away. It's just kind of there.
It is a part of the machine. Alright, we'll do the check-in one next. So, in my recycling gives you wings bag, because, part that says recycle with wings.
Absolutely.
I have my check-in singular thing I actually worked on.
The singular check-in thing.
The singular check-in thing I actually worked on. That's fine. I need to go buy brown yarn.
Oh no.
I'm not gonna have enough brown yarn, which is fine. I'm gonna finish up with the orange and the red first, just to make sure I have enough red and orange as well before I go buy brown. And somehow I managed to talk myself into keeping this on the work list for next month too. That's right, 3 sweaters and a pair of socks now are apparently what I'm working on this month. And I can
Oh
only show you
really?
guys the first 2 sweaters. So at the start of last month, I was in the brown section for the holly cardigan. And as you can tell, I'm on the body.
Okay.
So there's the body of a cardigan.
Nice. I like it. It has that 70s couch vibe that we were going for.
Oh, I wanted that 70s couch vibe so bad, and I got it. I had
It
made
very
some
much looks like that.
alterations to the pattern because it is it's meant to be a relaxed fit, so it's meant to be like this, like a drop shoulder fit, but
Yeah.
I wanted fitted. So I
Okay.
knew that meant I had to fiddle with the sleeves when it came to the sleeves. And I'm right, I had to fiddle with the sleeves. I ended up starting the sleeve 3 times, 4 times, but I've got it figured out now. So that's really the reason why I left it on the monthly check-in with Louise. So for the moment, I cut the yarn because really what's an extra end? And it's easier to talk about this when it doesn't have yarn stringing from it from here to next Tuesday.
Uh-huh.
So that's fine. But now that I've got it all figured out, we're seamed up. I've been weaving in my ends as I go, as I do things. So I just have some ends hanging out the front and I'll crochet those in when I do the button band. But I had some thoughts. So once I'm done my sleeves, I got two. This is a fairly fit across the back. I'm thinking, and everybody on Thursday agreed with me, shawl collar.
Ooh.
For this, so you'd have this big brown shawl collar on it.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, on the fitted 70s couch sweater. It's called the
Oh,
Holly.
that's got strong like grandpa cardigan vibes.
Doesn't it's gonna be so good? Like once the idea came out of my face and I thought it and I just said it, my brain went, nope, done. That needs to happen. That needs to happen so bad, which means miles more working in the brown yarn, which is going to drive me bonkers, but that's fine. So I've got sleeves to do and a button band to do, which is now a shawl collar.
Which is
And
like
then
basically another sweater.
basically another sweater. And then we'll be done. And I'll have a beautiful fall colored 70s couch themed sweater. And I'm stoked. I'm stoked.
Nice.
Can you just imagine this in like the cool summer nights, like after rainstorms with some of my wild printed dresses?
Ooh.
Are going to be a cacophony of colors. And it's going to be glorious. So
Strong hippie vibes.
such strong hippie vibes, guys. It's my favorite place. I did do my cuffs, so I'm going to sew my cuffs onto the bottom of my sleeves because the pattern has you do the cardigan in pieces, and I recommend, especially if you're not as comfortable crocheting garments, stick with what the pattern tells you and make it as pattern directed. I'm
Yeah.
only comfortable making changes because I've done enough of them now that I'm comfortable with it for me. Otherwise, I would do it as described in the pattern.
Definitely when you're learning something new, don't hack the pattern. Don't be like me with mittens. Don't be like me with mittens.
Don't do it.
Follow the pattern.
So I'm gonna sew my cuff on when I'm done because I did that beautiful ribbing that you get in crochet. I haven't figured out how to angle this so I can show the ribbing.
No, that works. That looks great.
So this is what the shawl collar is going to be, which means I can mimic short rows with increases and decreases in the shawl collar, which means I can make it big at the top, but it will be more, it can taper down a little like it does in shawl collars down the side towards the bottom. So
yeah,
I can do a thing, guys. But the shawl collar will have to be created separate and then sewn on. Same with the cuffs, just to get this specific type of ribbing from crochet. So, but I decided I don't have enough brown. I may not have enough orange to finish my sleeves. So
Well, it's a replicable.
Oh yeah, it's loops and threads. It's the impeccable for loops and threads. So
Yeah.
I can get more. It'll be fine. So that is the joy of the loops and threads stuff. So, but that's it. That's all you guys are going to see till next month. So that goes away.
Okay, I'm so close to this cast off, so I'll have to talk about my other thing. But I'm just gonna catch
That's
up
fine.
on chat for a second because I'm trying to fill time here because I'm so close. Let's see. Oh, Roseberry Crafts was baking double chocolate banana muffins. I want double chocolate banana muffins. Um. Yes, muffins. Everybody likes muffins. Okay. Muffins. Oh, Genevieve has a bunny who loves getting into trouble. Yes,
Yep.
bunnies are trouble.
Oh my gosh,
Bunnies
yes.
seem like even more trouble than kittens, from what I've heard. I've never had a bunny.
Thing they're cute. It's a good thing they're cute.
They sound like challenging pets at times.
They're so cool. They're so cool. I remember the one that stole Mrs. C's paperwork. So we were sitting at T's house, and the bunnies were out. And bold as brass. This big old bunny just looks at Miss C, and she's knitting with paper pattern, right? Looks at her, just takes her paper pattern and goes.
She's like, sniff, sniff, sniff. Yoink, gone.
Yoink, gone. And all I heard was, the bunny stole my pattern. And I look up, and sure enough, there's a bunny down the hallway just chomping away at the pattern page.
Well, just munching.
Oh, bunnies are so cool. And they're so cute.
I don't want a bunny. I don't mind being around bunnies, but I would not want one. That's too much of a challenge for me.
There are some pets that I love, but I would never own. Bunnies is one of them. Snakes is another. It's just there's just some pets that I know I'm not well designed for. I wouldn't be the best for a parent for them, so I don't have them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the idea of having one of those birds that you can teach to talk, but then that is your bird for the next 70.
My headphones have died.
Oh. Okay, well, I'll just talk about birds then. I will fill space. But those parakeets, cockatiels, I don't know, those birds that you can teach to talk and they live 80 years, but it's such a commitment because that is your bird for the next 60 to 80 years because they live a stupid long time. So I'm not going to get one, but I love that idea of just being sitting in your rocking chair and knitting and chatting with your bird. I love that idea. But that is not going to happen. The only way I'm going to wind up with one of those birds is if I make friends with somebody who has one of those birds, and then if they pass away or something, and then I wind up with this bird because I'm the only other person that the bird knows well enough to be okay with, and that's the only way I'd wind up with one of these birds.
If it was one of those ones where I lived in a house, not an apartment, I would probably have more pets, but I live in an apartment by choice, so one cat, sufficient in apartments. Sufficient.
Yep.
So, it's a thing. All right. Sorry, I fixed my headphone problems.
Oh, good. Bunnies are a mix between kitten and a puppy. It's like having a perpetual toddler around. Yeah, I'm not into it.
Kittens and puppies are perpetual toddlers. This one's a teenager, so we sleep a chunk of the day. It. We've outgrown some of the toddler stage, but she's she's 5, so we're settling into teenager adulthood, which is fine. We're still curious as AF, but we're no longer insatiably curious. Does that make sense? We've mellowed a touch. We've mellowed a touch in our middle years. So she should stay at that level until she slows down. If she stays healthy, until she slows down just before she passes away. So
Sherry's making fun of my bird origin story. Yes, I have a whole story in my head about how I wind up with a bird, okay? Maybe I really want a bird.
There's an incredibly intelligent breed of crow.
Okay, I also, when I have a house, kind of want to make friends with the neighborhood crows.
Birds are quite smart. But this specific one is quite trainable. So if I owned a house, I mean, these are ideal, would happen because it's the same way as sometimes I dream of being a professor. I can't read physical books or having a library. So these are just things that I think about, and I know that are never going to happen. I would also have like a fully edible garden with native plants
Oh
and things
gosh, that's a
around that
dream.
I could eat out of. Like that would be something I would also do in this magical world where I have time to do all that, plus knit, plus have a job, plus have a life. Like,
Yeah, you know,
it's not how that
the
works.
dream, literally the
That's
dream.
the dream. So I would have two crows, two trainable crows, because of course I would. But
I'll just
again,
make
I'd
friends
also
with
have my
the local
I'd live
neighborhood
outside
crows.
of
That's fine.
yeah, just a little outside of town so I could have more land. I could have a big garden. I could have a vehicle. I would have a job. Like, there's lots of things I dream about that I know are
Okay,
pipe
other part
dreams.
of the dream. Other part of the dream. I
Yeah.
would have. I would learn how to hunt with like birds of prey, like hawks and stuff, and then you like
Yeah.
keep a hunting bird.
Yeah.
I don't want to go hunting. I just really want to be friends with a bird, apparently. I did not realize I had
You're
this
not
deep desire to be friends with a bird.
you're not friends with a hunting bird.
Okay, in a partnership then.
Okay. So if you become friends with like a falcon or something, you break them and they're no good for hunting.
Yeah. Okay,
You're not
partnership.
friends with a hunting bird. Yeah. That's not how that works.
Okay, but my incredibly long bird story has meant that I have just finished this cast off.
Excellent.
I
I'm
just need to
glad
trim this yarn
my
and pull that through.
headphone troubles and a story helped get you there.
Okay. I'm so excited. Is it my turn to talk about a thing? It is, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Okay. So, you know how we were having that race with the 8-bit sweaters?
Yes. Are you done?
It's off the needles! I have woven
I
in
knew you were
0
going to win.
ends. I have not Kitchenered the armpits closed, but it is off the needles. I just have some sewing and weaving to do. But it's done! It's done! It's done! It's done! It's done! It's done! Wait, that's actually the back now because we did short rows. Okay, look at it! It's done! It's done! I'm gonna put it on. I'm too excited. It's done, it's done, it's done.
Are we just talking about melting to death while we record these things?
Oh,
on
I'm
it goes
already
a
melting.
double
I
thick
I don't
warm
care.
sweater.
I'm that excited.
Okay.
I don't
This
care.
is really excited. I'm stoked for you. I knew you were going to win because I still haven't picked it up. I was like, nah, Diana's got this in the bag. Like, I'm not catching up.
It smells woolly.
Oh, I hope so. It is wool of the Andes.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. It's so long. Oh my god. Okay, hang on. I gotta back up.
Cat's going to be going crazy.
These sleeves are kind of okay. Hang on. I gotta pull those up a little bit. Okay. Oh.
Ah, it looks so good.
It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. I'm so excited. Oh, that's okay. This is
Oh,
just,
that looks so
I'm
good.
excited. It's
Dang. Okay, I need to finish mine. I've got to stop putting it off.
these sleeves are just a touch long. That's okay.
Well, that's never a hardship.
Ah! It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done.
Oh, that looks so good. Oh, that looks so good.
I won the race. Well, mostly. Not
Yes.
quite.
Oh, you won. It's done.
But I don't have them woven in the ends or like there's.
When
Then
do
you
we
gotta
weave
attach
in
in here.
ends? We're only going to weave in as many as necessary to hide that there's no more woven in done.
Yeah, well, I gotta like attach this and yeah, but
Yeah. That's going to be done well before I'm done and I'm ready to steek because I'm not even steeked yet.
it's done. Okay. So, this is the 8-bit sweater by Lattes and Llamas. It's a free pattern. It was the Geek Along in like 2020.
2 years ago.
Yeah, it was supposed to be done in like December 2020. It is now February 2022,
22.
but it's done.
We should find out when their Geek Along starts this year.
Yeah, because they're doing patterned socks, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that we need to do.
Absolutely.
That we need to do. You should check chat. There's no way chat's not freaking because that looks so good. That looks so good.
Yes. Okay. Oh, Melanie was having tea in a mug that says "F off, I'm knitting."
Yep.
Nice.
Oh, that's a beautiful mug.
Oh, and Sherry's Fantasy Farm has teeny goats and sweaters and otters.
Of
That's
course it
cute.
does. I
Okay.
love
And
it.
then we get into like lots of
8-bit.
cheering messages
As we should. That's what it
and
looks so
emojis.
good.
Yes. Okay. Oh
Yes.
gosh. Oh, that got crooked. Yeah. What else? What did I need to say about? Oh, yarn. The yarn is Knit Picks Wool of the Andes.
Hmm.
The light color is Oyster Heather, and the dark color is Midnight Heather. So it looks black and white. It is not. It's blue and cream, kinda. I'm so excited. It's done.
Oh,
It's done.
it's done.
It's done. I'm
You can
melting
show
and I
it
don't
off
want
at
to take
work.
it off. I don't
You're
want to take it
going
off.
to melt to death.
I am going to
Crack
melt
a
to death. I
window.
don't want to take it off.
Is it cold enough? If you crack a window, you'll get cooler.
Actually, yeah, it probably is.
Then crack a window, babe.
Done. Okay. I'm so excited.
As you should be. That's a huge accomplishment. Oh, dude, you did so well. You did so well.
I need to get it into the February thread on the Fiber Friends Ravelry. Is that?
Yep.
Does it count?
Yep. Yes, because they said whips were welcome.
Oh, well. Okay then.
You might have 2 sweaters for the February sweater challenge. Go you.
Just gonna dance awkwardly in my chair. Oh, I'm too excited. Too excited. Too freaking excited. My door is not shut all the way and it's rattling. 1 second. Okay. Okay.
You should be excited. That's a huge
I'm
accomplishment.
so excited.
That's a huge accomplishment.
It's done. Okay.
See, the great thing about woolly wool is that it maintains its shape when you pull from the center pull ball.
That is pretty great. That is so satisfying. I love when they do that.
I love wool. It's delightful stuff to work in. I also love cottons and silks and bamboos and linens. Like I love all fibers. Apparently, I don't dislike any fiber except for mohair. And even then, I'll knit it. I just won't wear it because I don't like it next to my skin. I do not have an FO. There's no FOs.
I've had 2 FOs. I'm so
I have
excited.
2 sleeves. I have 2
Sleeves.
I have 2 sleeves. Does that count?
This is the sweater in a month challenge.
This is
talking about?
the February sweater in the month challenge. So for me, it's the Skeen Krieger. I think it's the Stone Warrior.
Yeah, that
Steinkrieger.
one. Steinkrieger.
Yeah. So I'm slowly making progress on my sleeves. Would I be done one sleeve and into the next sleeve? Yes, but I'm doing them 2 at a time, so that way they're actually matched.
Fair.
Actually matched. I had casted on the body when we did the live cast on, and then as Diana rightfully pointed out, it's a bottom-up sweater, and I hate picking up stitches no matter the size of yarn it is. So if I do my sleeves first, which is always harder for me to focus on anyway, because I don't enjoy sleeve knitting that much. Not nearly as much as knitting on the sweater of a body. I suspect the sweater of the body will fly because that's just giant roundy, and I'll just get right into it. And away we're off to the races. But the 2 at a time sleeves make sense because then my sleeves are done when I'm finished. So I'm hoping to be done tomorrow or the day after, so I can get a little bit of progress on my body done before Thursday. Because on Thursday I start my sweater 2-week challenge. So I only have until Thursday the 10th to get as much progress on my Stone Warrior done as possible. So I'd like to be into the body before I have to put it down for 2 weeks. This wool is Briggs and Little Atlantic, and it is in dark maroon for the body, and then my color work is going to be in a washed white. So it's a lot of dark maroon, and then at the end there'll be the washed white, because I'll be doing the yoke at the end, obviously, since it's a bottom-up sweater. So not a ton of progress, but did get some progress done. I don't know why everybody thinks sleeves are fast. Sleeves are a lot of knitting.
They are, yeah.
And I find it just annoying enough I don't want to do it.
Okay, there we go.
Just a touch annoying. So that's where I am with my sweater in a month sweater.
Okay, I also have some sleeves that are very tangled because I've just casted them on. I'm also doing sleeves 2 at a time, and of course I stopped right in the middle. So there's some sleeves 2 at a time, also with the for Steinkrieger. Second one, cute little sleeve cuffs. I haven't even finished the cuffs.
Well, it's
But
because you
that's
were working on
okay.
the sweater body.
Yeah, that's okay that I don't have much progress on the sleeve cuffs, because I have an entire sweater body up to the armpits.
Yep.
Like, okay, it's not as long as the one I'm currently wearing, but like, that's a whole, yeah. So I did an entire sweater body and started some sleeves in a week.
Yeah, you're making amazing progress. The sleeves
I
have been
don't
holding me up.
know what attacked me this week, but like, just sweater knitting all the time.
Sweater?
Like, I figured out all of the things that I could read at work because I discovered that I can read on a screen and knit at the same time as long as it's vanilla knitting. So I'm like, let me just read everything.
Everything.
Oh, you want me to like review your code? Absolutely, I'll review your code while I knit. You want me to
No
review this
problem.
document that you've written? Absolutely, I'll review your draft of a document. So that's a sweater body. And then some sleeves. So I figure I'll finish the sleeves this week.
You'll be
stick
right on
them
track.
together and do the yoke, and a sweater in 3 weeks.
Well, you need it done before you go to the mountain for your ski trip thing. So
yeah, so that'll be 3 weeks.
Yeah, you have a tighter deadline than I do. I have a whole extra week.
Okay, I am melting. I need to take this off.
It's an all-over color work worsted wool sweater. You're sitting in your temperature-controlled house.
Ugh.
In front of bright lights and a screen and a computer giving off heat. Like, it's gonna be warm.
I guess I can take my progress keeper off of here, can't I?
Yes, you are done, in fact, tracking progress.
Okay, done. Oh, it's done. Okay.
Feel better now?
Yes.
Okay. Crazy lady.
Melt. Okay. I think I borrowed some of Jen's sweater knitting mojo this week.
Take it and run with it.
Yeah, like, holy. I had a very productive knitting week.
It's not always how that works, but when it happens, man, take it and run.
So yeah.
I did all of my swatching for the Dreamy Weave cardigan, which is supposed to be my 2-week sweater challenge cardigan. I've been so tempted to buy a different pattern and do a whole different sweater.
Oh no.
Guys.
Is it just not working out?
Oh no, it took me 6 swatches and I figured out how to get gauge and a nice fabric. I had to make some changes, but that's just because I knit so flippin' tight. That's how that works. But part of me, I want it. I'm going to make it. I want to have it. Like, I'm happy with my swatches. I'm happy with the needle size. I'm happy with the yarn. I'm happy with all of it. I just got distracted by the sea glass pullover, which is 1x1 color work in that DK and the striping.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to make that. I really want to make that. Why? I don't know. But the urge to cast it on is strong.
Uh-huh.
I have to resist. I have plans. And then there was that, I don't even remember the name of it. It was a faded cardigan, drop cardigan. It was in the pattern links on the Discord.
Oh gosh, there's so many patterns in there. I don't know.
I can go look here in a second.
It was like the countdown one, wasn't it?
Yeah, where it faded because it's corner to corner. So you started a sleeve and you ended a sleeve, and that faded through the colors back out to the first color. And then I was like, that's really pretty. Maybe I need that. It is really pretty.
It is very pretty.
Criminies. Decisions. I'm no good at making decisions, guys.
Sherry's saying, I don't mind knitting sleeves. I think they go relatively quick.
Sleeves always slow me down. They're just, anybody can tell you once I'm over a sleeve, I'm golden. I can do a lot of progress. It's just sleeves are my arch nemesis. I just don't do well with them at all.
Oh, Soxy Nana has joined us in the chat.
Ooh, hello.
She has just started the Maha. I don't know if that J is a J sound or an H sound. I'm gonna go with Maja.
Okay. I don't know what that is.
I don't know either. I want to try the sea glass hat first. Nice.
Oh, that's fair. If I wore hats, I would probably try the sea glass hat. I don't wear hats. So I just want to commit to 1x1 color work DKY sweater.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Weight on that one foot and I can't. Oh, jeez. You know when you're sitting with your ankles crossed and you want to cross the other ankle? You can't cross to the other ankle. Can't cross to the other ankle. It's very frustrating.
That's just annoying.
Very annoying. Boo earns. Boo earns.
Okay. So that's everything we're working on.
It's everything we're working on.
So I guess it's time for the unscripted Patreon ad.
It is.
Oh, the Maja is a steeked cardigan.
Ooh. Okay. I'm going to have to go look that up, which means I have to read the chat thread for the spelling on that. Quick, Dana, make a note.
Maja.
Maja?
Yep.
I might remember that. Here's hoping.
Okay.
I need a link. I need a note. I haven't had any coffee.
If for some reason you would like to financially support the shenanigans, you may do so at patreon.com/northernknitspodcast. Any level of support gets you access to our patrons-only Discord server, where we are active at all hours of the day and the night, enabling each other into all of the cast-ons and yarn purchases. If you're looking for restraint, that is not the place. I thought very seriously about Sock Madness until I realized that it starts the week that I'm going to be away, so that's absolutely not happening. I was a little disappointed.
Sock Madness is in April.
I thought I read that it was starting in March.
Is it March? I thought it was April.
I might have it wrong. Somebody in chat probably knows. Anyway, if it's not starting the week I'm away, I will give it a try. But if it is starting the week that I'm away, that's not happening. Because that's effectively losing a week of knitting time. And I am not knitting a pair of socks in a single week. That is just, it's not a thing that is going to happen.
Because I know, like, test runs happen. Like, people do a 2-week test run for socks just to practice and get their groove on before Sock Madness starts. But I thought Sock Madness was in April with Easter and stuff.
I could be entirely wrong. It was kind of late when I was looking at stuff.
I could be entirely wrong. Being a person who's never participated and never thought about it, because we've seen how long it takes me to make a pair of shorties.
Oh, also says it is March.
Is March okay? Oh, I don't look at it that closely.
So, I will not be doing Sock Madness. But I thought about it.
You have to decide what you're going to do for the spring equinox cal, because that's coming up on the 20th. Yeah.
Well, at some point I'm going to do the half moon tea. Does that fit spring?
Sure.
Or...
It's a t-shirt.
Yeah, sure. It's a t-shirt and it's got stars and moons and stuff. It's got moons.
Yeah, that's fine.
This is about moons, right? Well, I guess it's about the sun, the equinox, but you know.
It's when the sun
celestial
and the moon are
bodies
sharing the sky equally. So yeah, I would say it'd be fine. I would totally count it.
Sure. Okay. Perfect.
Can you tell it's a super strict cal we're starting? So many restrictions.
what was I talking about? I think I was talking about Patreon. Oh yeah, there's early access bonus content. God, this is a mess. Early access bonus content. We usually do Experimental Tuesday blog posts every Tuesday. I fell off the bandwagon on that.
I don't know where Diana's been, but I absolutely
I
forgot this week.
Absent. Just I got nothing. Anyway, so I'll be doing that this week. What else? Oh, we've got quarterly movie nights or movie afternoons, I guess now. The one of that is happening on a 26th? Day. The 26th? Thank you.
Of February.
Yeah, I'm like, I need a calendar. I don't remember. Yes. Okay, so the movie afternoon is the 26th of February. And the Saturday before that is the Patreon hangout for the higher tiers of support. We hang out and basically just have a nice knitting afternoon, morning, evening, depending on your time zone.
True story.
Hang out and chat and drink tea and eat lunch. And
I'm always eating when we start. It's noon Manitoba time. That's my lunch time. If we were only on for like 2 hours or so, I'd wait. But we're there sometimes for 4 or 5 hours.
We're there till dinner. Lunch. Like when I get off, I go make dinner.
That long. Yeah, I can't delay lunch that long.
What else was I saying? Was that everything with Patreon?
I believe so, yes.
Cool. Okay. Done that part. That was a bit of a trash fire this week. Starts so good, and then it just devolves.
We super understand that budgets are a real life thing. If you cannot financially support us, liking, commenting, subscribing, and interacting with us on social medias are great ways to keep in contact and share with us what you guys are working on as we all work our way through the knit-alongs of the year. It's a thing. You can find us here on YouTube, obviously, as well as the Facebook group that we have, Northern Knits Podcast, and on Instagram under the same name as Northern Knits Podcast. Tagging us and hashtagging us is how we find your guys' posts and threads and how we join the conversation. Ta-da! That's how you do an unscripted, memorized thing.
Oh, Jen's gotta go. Have a great day. Yes, have a good day, Jen. Oh, Maja is a cropped yoke cardigan with a modern flair.
See, those are all words I like to hear. Well, if you think about it, depending on the weight of it, it might look good with dresses and skirts and things at the cropped length.
Mm-hmm.
And I could do it in like a linen or a silk or a bamboo. Yeah. I'm already thinking spring, summer projects, guys. All right. That's the thing.
It's February. We've got winter for a while yet.
It takes a while to make things. It's not like poof, a thing. Like work has to go into it.
No, they totally just go poof whenever you want them. That's how that works.
This is not a TikTok thread.
No, they go poof.
They go poof?
They absolutely go poof.
We have a couple cows on the go right now. We're in the middle of our 5th anniversary podcast anniversary along. For the theme for that is anything wood themed, wood named, wood colored, wood inspired, wood adjacent. That just sounds wrong. So Diana is doing the maple leaf shawl. Maple leaves come from trees. Trees are wood, therefore it counts. And I am doing the Wood Woes sweater pullover. Neither one of us worked on it, as you can see this month so far.
Okay, you know what? I was too excited about sweaters this week.
And that is super legit fair. So while that goes on, you guys have until the end of March to join in with us. The rules are in a post, I think. Did we do a post? We talk about it all the time, just in case.
I don't know. Did you do a post? I didn't do a post. Did you?
I don't think I did a post.
Oh.
We talk about it every week, which is why I'm like, do I have to? Is this really a thing I got to do? 3 skeins or more adult sized, and if you're not sure if it counts, go ahead and send me a message either on Instagram, probably best on Instagram. Emails, I do check emails once a week, and I will get back to you and let you know if you're good to go. I don't think I've said no to anybody, like ever, for a theme. I think maybe once because it was like a kid item or something. We do adult sized items, so other than that, I'm usually like, yeah, no, that's good, that counts. We're fine. Colors are close enough, it counts. If you're having problems with the wood theme where it's not your color scheme, you can use any of the modern birthday, wedding, anniversary present themes. So silverware, sapphire, pink tourmaline. So you have some other options as well. So that is that one. The other one we've got is upcoming one, which is the spring equinox cow. That one I know I'm doing a post for. That's why I'm thinking I've done a post for the other one, because I'm halfway through creating a post. The lovely Sherry got us some links for pattern suggestions for everybody, and Diana sent me a photo, so I just need to finish checking my English to make sure it's not Jocelyn, and then we're good to go. Well, as not Jocelyn as I can make it. It's a legit thing, guys. It's going to start on the 20th of March with the spring equinox, and it's going to run for 3 months. So it'll run till the 20th of May, right? March to April, April to May, May to June, 20th of June. What's 3 months after March? March, April, May. May 20th. I know how to calculate things. It's counting on the fingers, right?
Carry the two. Sure.
Yep. 20th of May. So it'll be for 3 months, and the idea is that it is a spring equinox themed item. So a spring item for you guys. So that way
actually
on the 20th of May.
April, May, June? If we're starting in March?
We're starting in March. We have to go to June?
April, May, June. Yeah, June. It's June.
Okay. June. Okay.
We can do math. We have university degrees.
Wow. We're so not smart. So that's going on. You have pieces of paper. I'm like, it proves nothing. It proves nothing, people. I have multiple pieces of paper. It proves nothing.
Don't tell my job. don't tell my boss. They think I'm smart somehow.
Proves nothing. So the idea is that you'll have a new garment to wear in the season we're going into, which is the spring-summer season. Ta-da! After that, there's actually no skein minimums on that one. We're just letting people go loose. Adult sized still, but after that, we're pretty. It fits the spring equinox theme. You're good to go. And that's such a loose theme. Such a loose theme. So wide. We're hoping that helps people find stuff that they're interested in doing. Yeah, I could make an argument that the sea glass pullover could be my spring cast on, because sea glass is something you find at the beach, which you go to in the summer and spring times.
We're being loose about it.
Loose. It's not a difficult restriction.
This Maja cardigan is a free pattern on Ravelry, and Asa has put the link on Discord for you.
Thank you, Asa. Beautiful. I love links. I love links. And it's not because I'll remember that there's a cardigan I'm supposed to go look up. I'll remember what it's called, and I won't remember the spelling of it. And if anybody has seen me write, my spelling is not good.
Questionable?
Is being polite about it. It's not good. It's not good. I know. I don't know how I have a university degree either. In a department that requires you to write a lot. I think my only complicated things by taking a degree in medieval and ancient history, which then also just has different spelling for things anyway. So sometimes I'm pretty sure I'm spelling things the way you would if you were in Normandy, or
could be.
I could be using the wrong grammar syntax a lot of the time and just not realizing it. So who knows, guys? Who knows what's going on in my brain? But that is it for me for wool gathering. Susanna bought me patterns.
Oh. She's saying if the letters are all jumbled up, as long as you have the first and last letters in the right place, you can read the word.
Yes. Most people just skim read anyway, so they don't register a lot of the errors. So long as the first letter and the last letter
Brains
is correct.
are wild.
Brains are wild.
As long as you've got mostly the right letters and the first one and the last one are right.
That's it. That's all the brain actually needs. So, isn't that crazy pants? And I don't prescribe to grammar is static and unmoving, because I study enough old languages that I understand.
Oh, it absolutely is not. Grammar changes like every 20 years.
Grammar changes every 2 decades roughly. So I don't. Getting me to consistently use grammar rules is difficult because I understand that they're very fluid. So my brain's like, whatever. If it's not right now, it'll be right in 40 years. Whatever. Who cares?
Like, our generation made adult into a verb.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. And we're all old enough now that if you were born pre-2000, it was in the 1900s. Because we're 20 years into the new century now.
I know, I was born in the late 1900s.
Yep.
Hang on, let me get my carriage and my penny farthing and my tweed jacket.
See, the tweed jacket you might actually own.
I'm thinking really hard about it. Except that I might match Mr. Diana a little too much, and like I'm trying to avoid that thing where when couples are married for so long they start to look alike, and I'm trying to avoid that.
It's already so bad that the beige is taken over. I struggle desperately to get you into color so you don't just wear beige. Her husband has a closet of beige.
That much beige. I was going to say any beige. No, I have one pair of beige pants, and they're so light, they're basic. They're almost white. They're like an off-white.
Yeah.
I don't own any other. Everything else is white.
I know, it's because we wouldn't let you buy the beige coat. We made you buy the teal green one. We made you buy the green one.
I own one pair of beige pants. Good grief.
Have you seen your husband's closet?
Yes, I have, and I
beige.
Agree. I'm trying not to do that.
It's so beige.
It's actually not that bad.
He
does have more beige than the average human, but it's not that bad.
Beige. It's not that bad. I just like teasing him, and there's not a lot to tease him on, and his beige collection is one of it. One of my few avenues.
Also saying that, Diana, you were born just after the dinosaurs died. Yes, fine. Yes, I have a very compressed view of history. Like just after, just a few years.
Just a
couple
few
decades
years.
At most.
Most. Max, man. Max. Oh, Lord.
So next week good. I'll be announcing that I'm taking an online history course.
Because Jocelyn can't take it anymore.
I'll be starting history, Basic History 101 online edition.
I believe they call that Western Civilizations.
Oh, is that what it's called? Like that's how little I know about a history degree. Like
Western Civ is your intro level 100 history course that most people take to get a written requirement, because it does just a general basic overview of Western civilization.
I did English.
And as you live in the West,
I did the engineering English for my written requirements, so
that's fair. That's fair.
Soxynana Alice is saying, I learned how to read backwards and upside down. That's impressive.
Oh, cool.
Oh, Susanna can apparently do that too.
I cannot.
That is not a skill that I have.
I'm learning a new yoga move. That's all I got, guys. That's it.
I realized that I have not picked up my violin in at least a month, because they called me the other day and were like, hey, your credit card expired in December. And that reminded me that I hadn't touched my violin in a while. Yeah.
Oops.
I should do that.
Oops.
I wanted to have a Disney song down for my birthday. Not to perform it or anything, just for myself.
Yeah. You are running out of time for that one. Your birthday's coming up real quick, dear.
Yeah, it is.
I know. It's the day after mine.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So it'll be like a month away on Friday.
Yeah, I know.
All right. I have literature if you don't have anything else to put into Wool Gathering.
I guess just our next live episode will be on March the 6th. Same time, same bat time, same bat channel.
True story.
Asa can read Norwegian upside down.
See, that makes sense to me, but oh man, reading upside down is what blows my mind. Just, no, I can't do that.
All right, so books, regular reading, right side up.
Crazy.
Despite figuring out how to read stuff at work, I have not figured out how to do that so much with knitting. Though I got lots of great suggestions in that Instagram post that I did. So I have lots of things to try later today. I was just like so grabbed by the sweater knitting bug that I'm just like, I'm knitting. That's what I'm doing. I'm knitting. And then this weekend I had to catch up on Critical Role stuff. So like,
Which you
but
did.
tonight.
Which you did. You caught up.
So
That's the important
I
part. Where did
I
I put
really
my
just
pen?
have Dune. I've been reading Dune. The particular
Oh, there's
copy
my
of
phone.
Dune that I have, it's Mr. Diana's copy of Dune, and it annoys me just very slightly because the words, or like the way the book was bound, the words on the inner edge are like practically in the spine. And
That
so like the
is
amount of hand strength that is required to open the book without cracking the spine so that I can actually read the words on the inner edge of the page is just annoying. Like my hands get tired from holding this book, from trying to
oof.
read the words without cracking the
That's
spine.
not for me. That is not for me. That just oh, that sounds so ugh. No thank you. No thank you.
So
All
in
right.
theory, I'm done Dune by next Tuesday for book club. We'll see how that goes.
Good luck.
Yeah. And then, of course, I'm still reading the Gaslight mystery novel series. I'm going backwards from number 3, so I'm currently reading number 2, Murder at Gramercy Park.
That's fine.
And it's just so wonderfully fluffy. I'll probably read that while I'm knitting, honestly, because it's light and fluffy, and I have an ebook on my phone right now with the library app. So, yeah.
I have 2 books. I started and finished the read for Sword and Lasers monthly book club. I don't always read the Sword and Lasers monthly book club. Oh, foot. But I did this month. It was nice and short, and I had no idea what was going to happen because it is I got Eastern fantasy, and it is the Empress of Salt and Fortune by Night Vo. It's the first in the singing hula cycle. It's weird. It's weird.
These are all words that I don't know what they are,
How
but they sound cool.
that word? That's what I was reading.
The Singing Hills cycle by
Sure. I read Hulu. Could
Nhi.
be hills.
I'm gonna go with Nhi Vo.
Yeah.
I'm probably pronouncing that name incorrectly. Nghi.
It was terribly interesting and very different. So the thing that I really love about non-Western fantasies is
Because they
that
have none of the same tropes.
none of the same tropes. They're not written the same, they're not viewed the same, they're not under the same structure, so it is all very different, which is really nice. Really nice because it's not the same things I always read, which I imagine if you come up in an Eastern culture and you read Western fantasy, it's the same thing because it'd be very different for you. So thoroughly enjoyed it. It is not a long read or a long book. It's really not. First published in 2020, so it's super new too. And it's got a lot of, like, the Goodreads ratings don't mean much because Goodreads ratings is just backwards as far as I can tell. It's really hard
I
to tell.
generally
Yeah,
go by if any of my friends have read it.
it's
And
112 pages. It's not a huge commitment.
oh wow, that is small.
It's small, but it's got a beautiful flow to it, and it's you're not sure where it's going, but you're in it. You're committed. Like, you want to hear the end of the story, and it's just the way they have it structured. It's beautiful and very prosaic, so it's very much like a melody, which makes sense given it's the Hill Bird songs. It's song related. It's about a cleric who records the true history of her world. So, or sorry, their world, because they identify as a they them pronoun. Their world. So they go around with almost famous, which is a bird, and they record the history. So in this case, they are recording the history of the Empress of Sultan Fortune after her
Neat.
passing. Yeah, so it just tells the tale. So it's like the secret history, secret lives sort of idea. So I was very good. I really enjoyed listening to it. And then I started a book I found on Goodreads called The Galaxy Game by Karen Lord. I am literally one chapter in, so I can't tell you that much about it other than humans aren't just on one planet, they're on three, and they're different aspects, and I'm still at that point where we're info dumping the culture of the
Right.
different worlds so that you understand what's going to happen next. We're still doing that intro and these people, and this is what happens with like we're still that stage for science fiction, for the science fiction book. So I don't know that much yet. I know I'm not on Earth. I know there's different types of humans. I know they're on different planets and they have different aspects to themselves that identify them as them, but I've not done learning the aspects yet. So I can't tell you much more than that because I don't know much more than that. That is how that works. I don't even know how big this book is. Well, a lot of people only rated it 3. Oh, well, we'll have to see if it peters out. Oh, it's only 322 pages or 20 some odd pages.
Oh, that's not bad.
I had published in 2015. 2016? Either 2015 or 2016. But it's called The Galaxy Game by Karen Lord. So I'm gonna finish listening to that this week and see what else catches my eye. I still have 32 books on hold, so I try to be careful about how many books I start in a week because the holds vary, right? So like some of them say 6 weeks, some they'll jump to 2 weeks, and then they'll go like so it sort of jumps around. So
Yeah.
I don't know when the holds will come up. So I could be inundated.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been having that happen. I got ambitious and put holds on all of the book club books for the year because some of them are like 24 weeks wait. I'm like, oh, okay, well, let's just. So I've got all the books that the library has on hold for the year.
Yeah.
And some of them that are like 12 weeks away, they like came up this week. And I'm like, no, just put that aside. I don't need you for another 2 months.
Pretty fancy.
Yeah.
Well, this month's book club for the Nerd Book Club is a physical comic, no graphic novel. I'm gonna try to find it in a digital version, but there's a library kit, but I have to wait till the person who's getting the library kit picks it up and drops the book off. And if I don't get it in the next couple of days, that's not enough time for me to read a physical book. Even a graphic novella, like even a graphic novel, they take 4 to 6 times longer because I can only do a page at a time, and then my eyes hurt. I have to stop.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to might not be able to read this month's Nerd Book Club because I might not get it in time.
Yeah.
Where I know nobody else is stressing it because it's a comic, like it's a graphic novel size, so like it's really easy to read. So maybe I'll have to try to track down a digital copy. Maybe I'll have more luck with the digital copy. It's still quite intense. Like the manga madness readathon's going on right now, and I haven't read any manga yet. So I'm going to try to get some manga in this week if I can, because I really enjoy the style and the art delivery and the formatting. But it's hard. It's a hard genre for me to read. Welcome back, Monster.
Soxy Dan is saying that learning to read upside down and all that is in fact like yoga. Totally like yoga.
Yeah, totally like yoga. Just takes practice. I just don't do the practice for it. So.
And also was saying that her and her mum used to do the crossword, and it was she learned to read upside down because it was easier to sit across the table, which makes sense.
It would be, yeah. That makes sense. No, head butter, you don't need anything.
Oh, Soxy Dan is heading out. Thanks for joining us.
Bye. Well, we're pretty much done, so.
Yeah. Well, she was also saying earlier that she just finished The Witch's Heart. It was really good.
Ooh, yeah.
Also has read 12 of the Gaslight Mysteries, but she's going to be doing more sport and TV the next 2 weeks.
Well, the
I guess the
Olympics are on right now. Yeah.
Yeah, apparently that's a thing that people are into. I don't know. I don't get it myself, but
you and I are the same. We don't get it, so it's fine.
I don't get it. But lots of people are into it, so
all right. Over the news.
I mean, I'm sure lots of people aren't into Critical Role, so that's fine.
Which is my theory on it. Yeah, I know. Ugh. Stayed up late Thursday because it was a 5-hour episode. Watched it. Then decided I've already committed, so I watched the next 3 episodes for the Legends of Vox Machina. Went to bed Friday morning, way too late. Did my Friday stuff. Went to bed, got up Saturday, watched it with you. Mr. B got here. He doesn't have Amazon Prime, so I watched episodes 4, 5, and 6, and then I watched episodes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 yesterday. It's a good thing I like them. I've watched them a lot. And on Tuesdays, the watch party for 4, 5, and 6, and I'll watch the watch party. Jeez.
Oh, I watched the watch party last time because I sat down to do podcast stuff at exactly the time that it was starting, and my phone lit up and was like, oh, hey, well, I guess I'll watch that while I do this. So that was the Beads of Love at the end was just, just wormed its way into my brain and it stayed there. And I'm just like, why? I'm trying to fall asleep. I don't want to hear this right now. Sam Riegel, get out of my head.
Yep. I liked watching it. I don't think I'll do the next one, but I won't watch along with them. I'll just watch them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I'll just watch the people doing the reactions and not the video that they're reacting to, because I couldn't track both. So
makes sense.
I'm just gonna watch them. So that's what I'm gonna do next time around. So lessons learned.
Books. Melanie's saying my favorite book series is the All Souls trilogy by Deborah Harkness. A Discovery of Witches, Shadow of Night, and Book of Life.
Yes. I have Discovery of Witches, which I have read on hold at the library to get again because I want to reread it before I move on to the next two. There's a TV series about it now.
Oh, nice. I'll add that to my list of things that I'll get to sometime in the next 10 years. Maybe.
Well, I had a physical copy of Discovery of Witches, which tells you how long ago I read it, which is why I'm like, I need to reread the first one before I move on to book 2 and 3.
Yeah.
It's been so long.
Susanna is listening to
the Oliver trilogy.
Listening to and reading books by Joanne Fluke, Donna Andrews, and Monica Ferris.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Oh, and Susanna doesn't get the Olympics thing either, but also doesn't have cables, so that solves that problem. Genevieve is off to read some more D&D. She's prepping to run a game. Nice.
Sweet. There's always prep work, and it never goes to plan.
Never.
Players
are the worst. I say this as a player. Says a player. I fully admit to this.
I don't know, man.
Oh, also the Witcher series, says Genevieve, is really good. I've been enjoying the streaming series. Was on Netflix or whatever. I don't know. Prime. I don't know. Streaming services, whatever. The Witcher series has been very good to watch, so I will have to read that one at some point and see how it compares. I'm totally okay with
for 30 seconds, realized how dark it was, and I saw nothing on the screen and went nope and left.
I am fully okay with just transposing the Henry Cavill portrayal of The Witcher into the book. Normally I try to reimagine on my own what the characters look like, but no, I'm just going to take Henry Cavill because he's pretty.
That's fair. I've made those decisions before. Let's be honest, it doesn't matter how many times they remake Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice, Mr. Darcy is Colin Firth.
Absolutely.
That's just a hardcore rule. It's just a hardcore rule.
Oh, Asa's asking if we're doing more live farming anytime.
Yeah, as soon as we can convince Diana to do live farming, like we could literally get up, have a bathroom break, eat lunch, and sit back down and farm again. Like I have over 400 hours on Stardew Valley. I will play it anytime, anywhere. It is my favorite game.
It's Mr. Diana's dad's birthday today, so we have a family call after this. But after that,
okay. Sure, I'd game tonight. Yeah.
Okay, a tentative sometime tonight.
Sure. They'll be random because it's schedule dependent. So like we're never sure when Diana's free and I'm free, but I'm free tonight, so it's fine. Yeah, I don't have editing to do because this one's live, so
yeah, sometime after dinner should be fine.
Yeah, Thursdays are a no-go this month. I literally talk to Louise every Thursday till the 3rd of March.
That's fine. I'm usually busy on Thursdays too, so Thursdays and Fridays not good. Any other day of the week usually free.
Usually good. So yeah, no, there'll be more farming because I will incessantly bother Diana about checking on the farm because it is one of my the game was gifted to me back when I was sick before we started podcasting. So if it could get me through that level of pain and illness, it's a keeper. I will play other games, but I always go back to Stardew Valley. And I'm a completionist, and I don't have all the achievements, so it's fine. That's okay. We're finished. We're just catching up on chat, and then we're.
Nikki's got to go make some spaghetti carbonara from scratch. Ooh, can I come to your house for dinner?
I have leftover stew and bannock in the fridge. I know what I'm making for lunch when we're done with this.
Yeah. Oh, Erin's saying if I liked The Witcher show, I recommend playing the game. You know, I think I have the game.
The game is really good.
Or a game. I'll have to check. I feel
Mass
like I have
Effects
one somewhere.
And Mass Effect 2 when they were remastered. Never played them. I really need to play Mass Effect 2, so there's other things. Hey, listen, I played Borderlands 2 for 3 hours with Mr. B this week. I leveled up to level 8. I know. Nice. We're proud of me. And I only died twice. Mr. B was playing a higher level character and carried me for like all of it.
I mean, what are friends for?
I'm like, we can play, but I am. Wow, you have to babysit me because I can't get through buildings on my own. I can't. But I play it with my family too, and they have to do the same thing too. Like my sister, brother-in-law, and my niece. Somebody has to come fetch me when they're done the map. They're like, somebody go get Aunt Jocelyn.
You're just like walking in a corner.
I'm wandering around shooting birds. I'm having fun. I'm not very good for a lot of things because I can't spot things fast enough to play a first-person shooter game. It's just fine.
Fair enough.
Oh. Well, if we're all tied up and we're all done, I'll do an outro.
I think so. Let's go.
All right. In which case, I will say that, crikeys. That hurts so much. I can't even think anymore. What's my outro? Oh, my name's... Wait, no.
No, that's the intro.
So no matter where... No. So no matter where your week takes you. No, that's the end of it. What's the start of it?
Until next week?
Until next week? No, that's the end of it.
Chad, how do we normally end these things? 253 episodes. We forgot our own outro.
So I'll say until next week. I'm Jocelyn.
And I'm Diana.
And no matter where your week takes you, don't forget to knit. I remembered eventually. People, I'm in pain. My foot hurts. I'm done.
Apparently I just have like a deeply ingrained audio trigger and I don't actually...
I've done it to you in conversations. When I need your attention, I will start spitting out a line because I know you will pay attention to me. I understand your